The Edo nation is truly a great, beautiful nation. But I'm still going to appeal to you to bear with us. We're still trying to solve at the back end. But while we get through, as soon as we get through, by the grace of God, we're just going to bring His Excellency on. And of course, we crack on. In the meantime, Dr. Loretta.
This evening, we are privileged to have all of us in the house, all of us. By that, I mean, and every evening, we are going to have the opportunity to hear from leadership. And then we're going to have mandate for a second tenure. And it is clear today from the caliber of people we have here. We have, don't forget, we have in the house this evening, a man like Uncle Sonny Rabo, His Excellency Ambassador BQ Waifu. We have the common woman on the street, in the market, everybody's engaging. So that tells us that we gave a mandate and we are prepared else in the world. So I'm very optimistic, very, very optimistic. And so are we all. Thank you.
Very well, very well. Thank you very much, Dr. Loretta Ogbuoko. I'm going to quickly take the baton to somebody at the back. Johnson Odibo, are we through? Confirm that and get the program started.
While we are waiting to locate His Excellency, Isoke Ibia in Canada can just tell us what she thinks the buzz is like for this event before we go on to maybe Moses Obakolo. Isoke Ibia, please. What's the buzz like in Canada for this event? Because you were telling me earlier on, perhaps she's very busy with some technical issues as well.
It is honor that I want to, especially Uncle Seni is, for the Edo people, is a legend. He's a guru, a media guru of no media. Do we have Uncle Sonny Rabo in the house, please? Okay, if we can have him at this time, can we have
unmute? Okay, let me just help. Can you unmute yourself? I've tried to unmute you.
Okay, it's there.
Finally, you muted me. That was what happened.
Yes.
So good evening, everybody. And the whole world is expecting so much of His Excellency, the Governor. From the little that I shared, I was just getting questions and also getting all kinds of, comments like, so how long will this last? Is it going to be over 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours? I said, no, everything has a set program, which is 2 hours, 218. And I'm not surprised because the buzz that we got is reflecting from what we are registering right now. So I want to expect and I want to say that I'm happy to be part of this and I expect the best from it. And good kudos to all of you who have put it together.
Good. As a media guru, one who is presently a mentor to so many, how would you assess so far the performance of His Excellency the Governor?
Yes. When there used to be an advert, you say you cannot kill the beetle. Don't know how many of you saw that advert many years ago. Now, this is a man who came with a laudable plan and everybody saw that he meant well, but he had opposition. And how he passed through the opposition is today one of the best things that has happened to Nigeria. Why am I saying this? Once we had a best governor in the person of Dr. Samuel or Brigadier General Samuel Ogbemudia. And he had 9 years to do his job under President or Head of State, General Gowon. The only other person that is showing that sign of commitment and result is today's Godwin Obaseki. And it's not about just praising anybody, but the fact that you can see the sincerity of purpose, you can see that he has set some things in motion. And when it's working, for the first time, you saw a whole latitude of a number of people, all the Edos said, listen, we want this man to continue. And so they backed him up. So here he is again, against all odds, he's back for the second term. So I expect that he's going to give us, he will finish the journey and he will make better what he started first.
Thank you very much. That's Uncle Sonny Irabo. Yes, Edo people across the world, please, I just been informed that in a matter of minutes, that His Excellency is going to be live with us. In the meantime, I want to bring on my brother, Moses Obakbolo. Moses Obakbolo is a very established actor of the Edo descent and a movie maker. From your word, Mr. Moses Obakbolo, how would you assess the governor of Edo State so far? Moses.
Yes.
Yes.
You have called somebody. If I have to say anything, I must say what John Peter said. If you make a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your doorstep. And you cannot light a lamp and put it under a bushel. It must certainly shine. That's what Obaseki is. And the Bible injunction says, when the righteous reign, the people rejoice. You can walk now kilometers outside Benin and see development springing up every day. And all these are done without any fanfare. No cakes, no candles. Development belongs to the people. And so when they are complete, the people just use them. It's not about saying things like is what. And that's what Aristotle said, is development. And I think for this second tenure, we are in for another bumper harvest of development, because there's a Benin proverb saying, so this time around, I think we are going to buy more things. So for this next 4 years, it's consolidation and advancement. So that's what Edo people should expect.
You know, I like that. In the light of that, I want to call on my sister, Dr. Loretta Ubooko. How much do we expect to buy in the next 4 years from your assessment?
Edo people, Lamte, there are no impossibilities. We will buy what we want to buy. We will buy as much as we choose to buy. We are the only ones who can limit ourselves. They say the word impossible simply means I am possible. We are possible. Together, we are stronger. And I have no doubt about that. We are still waiting on Isoke to tell us what the buzz was like in Canada. Is she available now? And I hope that answers your question. The force of followership cannot be underestimated. And Edo is blazing the trail. I'm so proud. My other people call me, they say, that's my Edo State now, wow. I said, well, we didn't do it alone. We did it together, and together we will stand and buy whatever we choose to buy, get to wherever we choose to go. Thank you. So, okay, are you there now?
Yes, I am. And
just meet one device, sorry.
Okay, can everyone hear me clear?
Clear, loud and clear.
If you can hear me clear, just let me know.
Well, I can hear you loud and clear. It's really clear.
Okay. It's been a lot of buzz here in Canada, and not just Canada alone, from the US and even from Nigeria. I've had a lot of friends calling and asking, oh my God, so is the governor really going to be coming? Answering questions from people, speaking to the people and letting the people know exactly what he's doing. I'm not just shutting the people out, because the people voted him out, and what he's doing is amazing. Just knowing that he's also coming back to the people to talk to the people, and not just shutting them out of what's happening in the government house.
That's splendid. I understand that His Excellency Ambassador Matthew Biki Uwaifo is in the house. Your Excellency's Ambassador, what is your take looking at the next 4 years? How do you think you want to see Edo in the next 4 years?
Well, in the first 4 years, structures were made despite all the rigmaroling and all the problems to distract attention. I should expect that this second term, more consolidations will be made. And just like the last two speakers said, I expect more development. And I expect that in this second term, the governor will lay a legacy that he can leave behind for people to remember him by during this second term. And moreover, I used to say that we are marching to El Dorado. It's no longer we left Egypt to Canaan. Now we are marching to our...
So your words actually remind me of the Edo dream. Presently, a number of people, I see a number of persons talking about the Edo dream, wanting to realize the Edo dream. But if we look at what the Edo dream would be like, Dr. Justin Odibo, what in your mind, how would you picture what the Edo dream would be like at the end of the next 4 years?
Yes, simple. The Edo dream, in my view, would be an Edo state where you have youths gainfully employed, small businesses springing up because infrastructure, you have actually the vehicles put in place. It's just going to be bright. I see a bright future for Edo people, and I'm so happy to be part of it, to witness this. I'm really so glad, and I hope every one of you sees see exactly what I say.
Thank you very much, Dr. Justin Odibo. Of course, you make me feel like, this is the best time, to be an Edo man, to be very honest. And that's what it is. But looking at the future, because I'm very enthusiastic, about tomorrow, and particularly looking at what the governor of Edo State has actually done so far, some of the structures in place, and of course, the effort he's putting into, the future, the tomorrow of Edo State. And that is why some people, including myself, actually can talk about the Edo dream. And the Bible says, for those who are Christians, it says, seek ye first the kingdom. And I'm making a very direct reference to, the completion of the first phase of Usiomo power plant, which is already supplying, parts of Edo State, with, 247, electric supply. I want to ask Uncle Sonny Rabo, looking at the Usiomo power plant and the future we expect, what would you say? At least being an Edo man to Uncle Sonny Rabo. Is this in the room? If it's not there, can Moses Obakbolo take on that that question? I mean, what would your perception be? How would you assess the situation looking forward?
I think
sorry, Rabo is on, but they keep muting me.
Okay.
Uncle Rabo, go ahead.
Yeah, please. But let me quickly say, once you release, they should unmute so that I'll be able to talk, because I tried to put myself on twice now. All right. So the question was very clear. And I want to say, being a proud Edo man doesn't mean that we should just let everything ride. The system of power plant, as it were, is something that is not only laudable, it's something he has set out to do and something he's going to do. And what do we expect? As pace setters of Nigeria, let me repeat that. Edos are pace setters of Nigeria. And I'm not saying it flippantly. I'm saying it because every Edo person that has played a role in the Nigerian nation has played a creditable role. And the names are just there for you to mention. I mentioned earlier that, what's his name? Brigadier General Bemudia was one solid leader. Now, if Obaseki, luckily for us, is putting his money where his mouth is, and that is where we should, that's why we must all sit behind him and then support him and carry him to the next level of success, because this second term It's going to be a powerful one, and it's all of us that will make it successful. So that power plant, I pray it comes to pass successfully and to power the entire nation. That's what I think.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sonny Irabo. I'm glad. You know, the first phase of the power plant has come alive. It's already working, and of course, it's supplying electricity to government facilities, including the Ogbe Stadium. Of course, when it's completed, it's going to power most part of Edo State. You know, and that's good news, because when there's power, you know, constant power supply, it means that a lot of other things will thrive almost independently. But in light of that, we've been talking about, you know, what the government or the governor of Edo State has been doing, and of course, the things we expect. But for us as indigenous and, you know, of Edo State, there would be some expectations, you know, as it were, you know, to ensure that we join the governor of Edo State to, you know, move Edo State to that level. That's Eldorado, like somebody talked about. And of course, the Edo dream that, you know, a lot of other people are talking about. I want to ask Moses Obakbolo, view, what do you think is expected of us, Edo people, particularly going to the next 4 years?
What I will just contribute now is from an age-long saying in Edo. I'm sure all Edo people will understand that. Alele ubokpa mwiran, orakeanre okeanre, onaya mwiran. So it's the effort of everybody. If you saw the jingle, you see, to take Edo to the next level, to make Edo great again, is a task of everybody. It begins with you. Can conceptualize a dream that will bring back the old glory of Benin. Everybody must key in. It's a responsibility that we all the laudable live from Edo. Look at industrialization. Edo is about one of the few states that have industrial revolution in the establishment of this production center. When he saw that the former center for printing was moribund, he turned it into something. And I tell you, our youth have benefited to the state we want it to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. Please, I want to appeal to, you know, Edo people and friends of Edo who are with us right in the Zoom room right now. And of course, the hundreds or probably thousands of people who are already, you know, have already joined us on the social media, Facebook and YouTube and everywhere. I want to appeal to you that from the information we are getting, the Edo State governor is I mean, they are still trying to fix some of his equipment, because it's actually on a journey down to Edo State, and he stopped by somewhere so that he can join this meeting, and they're trying to put, you know, the equipment together. And I have been told that in the next couple of minutes, they are going to be done with that. But going forward, I want to quickly bring on His Excellency Ambassador Matthew Biki Uwaifo, and I want to ask, Your Excellency, sir, looking at the Edo of tomorrow, or the Edo of now and tomorrow, and like I said, I established earlier that we've been talking about the governor and what he's been doing, what he's doing, and what he's hoping to do for Edo State, what we're expecting. What exactly should be expected of us, Edo people, home and abroad?
Leave my bag.
Well, first of all, I have to start with people living at home, because I must say a big thank you to those who are all those at home bearing the brunt of the vicissitudes of life. All around the world, even America, it is the private sector that makes the economy. Let's just assume that according to figures, there are over 3 million diasporans Edos. Let's just assume that only 400,000 come back home to invest and create only 4 jobs. You see, 4 jobs. Those 400,000, if they create 4 jobs, that would be 1.6 million jobs. And right now, the jobs that we need. So Edo State will become the hub. Other states will be coming to look for work. And if you check in our past history, that's what happened. Edo Esiagbon, that is, Edo is the center of the universe. And this is what I believe should take place. So what I'm saying is this: the people at home too should know and be aware that opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Somebody like me and other people, my age group, we are not fighting now for ourselves. We are fighting for the future, for the youth to have a future, for a legacy to be left for the youth to work on. And just as it is said in the Bible, the apostles laid the foundation. Paul came and built on it, and people like Timothy, they harvested what was built. So I think we all should join in the bind and forget.
Excellency, please, I want to appeal still for just.
What our fathers fought of Nigeria, beautiful and glorious, and stars are singing over you. You're the land people dream to be.
Glorious and beautiful Edo. Yes, over to you, Dr.
So I was just saying that for people who have started putting their questions in the chat, they should all please be paid.
Second, yeah, it's not yet.
Yes, while Dr.
Just
Justin
watching.
Odibo is dealing with that, please, for those who have joined us on Facebook and on YouTube, majorly Facebook particularly, I enjoin you to share the broadcast. I think the whole essence is for us to reach as many people as possible. Please share so that other people can equally share from your platforms, as it were. We are live on Facebook, we're equally live on YouTube. Of course, please share. Yes, Dr. Johnson, do we have updates on His Excellency so we can formally start the program?
Not yet. I can't see him yet in the waiting room.
Can we find, Dr. Loretta, can we find the name of his device? So yes, we can quickly sort him out.
I will update you with that information in a moment. I will update the backroom staff now.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Loretta, do you see? Yes.
Okay, while we are working on that to formally start the program, I don't know whom Loretta was.
Mr. Greg Ogbaifun, the governor speaks. Or if he's just going to say a hello to the people, I could unmute him. So he says a hello and they are reassured that he's here.
Start with the national anthem, please.
And let us thank, speak later.
Very well. Hello, and a very good evening to you, Edo people across the world. It is with esteemed honor and privilege that I welcome you to this interactive section with His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki. This meeting is tagged Edo State Town Hall Meeting with His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State. Hence, it is an engagement with all and abroad. In the course of this meeting, we expect His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, to share with us some of the things he's been doing, the things that he is currently doing, and of course, what we are to expect from him in the next 4 years. Hopefully, we may be hearing from him too, what he expects from us, Edo people across the world. In furtherance, we shall be taking random questions from participants, particularly from those who are with us on this Zoom platform. We shall equally entertain questions and comments from the Zoom chat room. Also, questions will be entertained from Edolites that have sent in their questions through emails and WhatsApps. Notably, this meeting is a Zoom meeting, but you may join us live on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, if you are joining us, I enjoin you to share so we can get to as many people as possible. My name is Comrade Lamte Ikmawusa Oriahi, and with me to anchor this program are 3 highly distinguished Edo sons and daughters who have paid their dues in their individual sphere of duty. Permit me to introduce to you a lady of such huge example of service to humanity. Unapologetically, she is her father's daughter, Dr. Loretta Uduare Ogboroko.
Thank you very much. Welcome to all Edo people at home and abroad. I want to thank all of you and welcome to Executive is the engagement of Edo people, the engagement of followership with leadership. I thank us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Loretta Ogboroko. Please, going forward, Dr. Loretta, I will enjoin you to please, Jen, a media guru, one who serves to Nigeria as far as the media space is concerned. Is he ready?
He should be ready. She just unmute once, just one click.
Go ahead,
I'm ready.
Uncle Sonny Rabo, please just keep it open. Don't mute anymore. So we don't have this issue going forward.
Thank you very much. But let me stress one point. I am not the one touching the mute. So let your people do it there from there. Thank you.
All right, sir. We'll look to that.
I'm very honored to be part of this process. It has always been one case of very few people of how the heart beats for Nigeria. Your Excellency, we thank you. We expect a lot from you because you've done so much for us. God bless you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sonny Rabo. Equally, we have, and we are privileged to co-host this program with an of our donors. He himself is a media personality who is baptized into the acting profession as an actor and a movie maker. And of course, he has distinguished himself very well as an Edo civil servant. Please, it is with pleasure that I introduce to you my brother, my friend, Mr. Moses. Moses, please.
Domo, Your Excellency. It's a very rare privilege to be one of the anchors of today's event. And we are people who believe in your dream. And of course, that dream, the Edo dream, is going to come to the fullest fruition by your regime. And together with everyone in Edo State, at home and in diaspora, we are sure you are going to have a successful second tenure. Welcome, Your Excellency, Obukian Domosa.
Thank you very much. That's from Moses Obakbolo. On that note, I quickly want to bring on Dr. Loretta Ogboroko to lay the ground rule for this program. Dr. Loretta, please.
So once again, I thank everyone for being here. As with all productive and seamless events, there are certain rules each of us needs to engage selflessly with so that we can get the best of this evening. The first one is, if you are not speaking, please kindly mute yourself. If you are doing anything that would be distractive, then kindly turn off your video camera as well. Persons who wish to ask questions, you do need to put up your Zoom hand. The reason we are doing all of these is so that we can get round to everybody quickly. Questions will only span 90 seconds. Please, I repeat, 90 seconds. And you are only allowed to ask one question. We don't need a pregnant question. We don't need a question that has babies, 2 children or 4 children. just one question, please. And that way His Excellency can quickly go through them. We intend to take the questions in batches of 2. So call 2 people, His Excellency answers. And if you can't get to the questions, please do the chats. We will be reading out as much chats as we can. However, let's all be realistic. It is not possible.
Obey the ground rules. Thank you very much, Dr. Loretta Oboko. On that note, I quickly want to bring on Mr. Sonny Irabo, of course, to usher in.
Very, very much, Sonny. Thank you, Nancy, and thank you, all the hosts. Let me apologize that we are starting this town hall meeting about an hour behind schedule. I've been on the road for the last 4 hours just trying to get to Benin from Warri. It was almost impossible. The traffic has just been. So you please do appreciate. I just didn't want to keep you waiting. I was listening in on the, while I was on my way in the car, I was listening into the chats, the conversations you were having. So I was actually part of the, as part of the town hall when it started, but I just didn't have the video, the lights in the car to get